Don't forget, Tuesday, June 7th, at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, dial in and join the SEC versus Ripple listening party call. Hinman emails to be discussed by Judge Netburn.
Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and Sam Lewis tells me he wants a long format. Okay, Sam, you got it. Don't worry. Those come at least 5 days a week, and it is sprinkled in with a few deep dives, some shorts, and some interviews. Today's video is a pure play update video. And I've got an update that's quite interesting. We're going to hear from the Senior Vice President of Ripple in the APAC MENA region. He spoke from Davos. Also, a worrisome update from Coinbase Gemini Exchange. That's the Winklevoss twins, and Bitso. Bitso is the XRP ODL exchange in Latin America. I don't like what I found there. I'll share that with you. Also, a big update in the crypto world for Japan. That one is kind of interesting. And a token that might be at the right place at the right time, along with some seasonal fluff. But first, we're going to recap on the market. The top 100. Well, you can see more are up than down, but it's still very much a sideways market. BTC is trading at 30,431. Ethereum is still stuck at 1,800. XRP is at 40 cents. XLM has a nice 9% gain in the last 24 hours. The biggest gainer is Uniswap. Uniswap is a DEX. Check this out. A DEX is a decentralized exchange if you're new to this space, and it offers a peer-to-peer trading with no intermediary. People really like the Uniswap because of its high liquidity. And since the decline of the market, we are seeing that the DEXs are still providing some liquidity that everybody is searching for. Liquidity is when you want to have the ease to buy and sell without slippage and without, I don't know if you've ever tried to make a trade and only maybe half of your trade will execute and you have to then try again. When liquidity gets low, sometimes you'll encounter that. But you can see here, check this out. Uniswap has a 75.2% domination. It's just incredible. And from February through May, chalking up 50 billion in trading. It's just really a behemoth. Following Uniswap is Curve and SushiSwap. They make up about 15%, and then you can see everything else is quite small in comparison. But I think the DEX is going to be very popular moving forward just because there are some enhanced liquidity in times when the centralized exchanges, not all, the big ones are still doing okay, but some of the smaller centralized exchanges go through a little bit of a tough time in these suppressed markets. Moving right along to the next story, we're going to hear a clip from RippleNet's Brooke Entwistle. He is in the APAC region. His office is in Singapore, but he also takes care of the MENA region, which is the Middle East, Northern African region. It's just ODL, which is using the digital asset XRP, and the on-demand liquidity solution is on fire in this part of the world. So he's really rocking it. He's got a great job. He's really, we're going to talk about a token that is really going to probably be at the right place at the right time. But if you want to talk about people being at the right place at the right time, I think Brooks is so lucky. So this is a smaller channel, but man, they've got some good content. It's called Tear Sheets Studios, and you can see that there's only been 20 views on this unlisted video. So what you're seeing here, I think, is going to be very good because it's not really been circulated quite yet. All right, let's listen to a short clip.
But importantly, the vision was always, what could we do with that network once built? And put digital assets, cryptocurrency on the network. And that has happened extremely quickly over the last year as our on-demand liquidity product has really lit up those rails. And now there are 25 different countries where ODL is available. A huge percentage of our volume now is in ODL. And so while we still have fiats in certain parts of the network, and it's important, especially with some crypto cold markets, we're very quickly adopting on that front. And the company is also, importantly, thinking about crypto in the future as well. I mean, we're absolutely at the core about the movement of value and the tokenization of value across the internet. And with that, we're working on NFT solutions. We're very focused on central bank digital currencies and other initiatives around that. And so core business, we think changing the world, and we've got to do that right and make sure that works, but also with an eye towards what's to come.
So ODL, on-demand liquidity, is lighting up those payment rails. And it was interesting to hear the term crypto cold countries. So these, of course, are countries where crypto is not yet been regulated with a green light to be used in payments like XRP solution provides. So yeah, they're working on it. There is an initiative in lots of countries working with the regulators there. So slow but sure. 25 countries now. I can remember when we had just one, and that was US to Mexico. All right, core business. Did you hear that? To change the world. Well, I have to be honest. I love it, because that is what can really happen here. All right, we are going to move to that story that is a little bit concerning, and I'll explain why. Coinbase is joining other crypto firms to cut costs amid the market turndown, citing specifically macroeconomic factors causing a shrinking crypto market. Now, I've seen this movie a few times, so if this is your first time, well, there are some cautionary words of advice. Don't leave all your assets on one exchange. The smaller exchanges also in general have some problems if you wish to sell tokens. They have low liquidity, and so you might run into that. And understand the meaning behind not your keys, not your crypto. The Gemini exchange will let go 10%. BitMEX is cutting a quarter of its staff, and Bitso, one of the first ODL exchanges, is going to scale back 11%. So you want to definitely, if you're going to want to actively trade, spread that risk out among some of the larger, more reputable, how can you say, reputable is an ambiguous word, more the exchanges that have proven to be able to weather downturns. That would be probably the best way to say it. Also, too, the self-custody wallets are good, and of course the cold storage devices always. So just be careful out there. FTX Exchange announced today that they are live in Japan. This is the Sam Bankman-Fried's group of global exchanges. CZ Binance has anywhere from a 70 to 80% market share of the total global trading volume. And then the number 2 spot is, well, it kind of changes. OKX is definitely there very often. And then Sam's group usually takes that 3rd spot. It's a growing exchange, and it's getting to be very strong in its market presence. And that's mainly due to the, a lot of positive marketing campaigns that they've had. If you're not familiar with Sam, here he is. At the age of 30, just today, he pledged to give away most of his billions. And yes, he is famous for that head of hair. Let me show you what they did here in Japan. Here's the poster celebrating their launch, and you can see that it is a vintage style Godzilla poster that has this huge head of hair. I think it's really cute. But I took a look at the site, and gosh, I've got some comments. The site is really simple, and it doesn't appeal, in my opinion, to the Japanese taste. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to watch this. I'll be very curious to see if they make some changes, because I do believe they are one of the most talented media minded companies in the world. And so it'll be interesting to see if they make a change. I don't know. Maybe being so different lets it stand out and people will feel like, yeah, I'm on this foreign company site. But it just is not what Japanese gravitate towards. But who knows? Maybe that difference isn't necessarily, maybe that's a domestic push. And maybe if you did the polling of Japanese users, maybe they would prefer this more simpler look. But we will be able to tell because no doubt Sam's team will fine tune this. So if we see any changes, then yeah, they are not launching with their correct taste in mind. But anyway, I'm kind of interested to see how it looks 6 months from now. Bloomberg Law wrote a story today that is just all over the media. This is the White House representative outlined a Bitcoin mining versus an environmental study, and it will call for a whole government strategy, which includes climate risk. The director in DC said in his statement that when it comes to digital assets, they need to be climate and energy conservation. Continuing with proof of work is energy intensive by design, and so he wants to see evidence if the afternoon peak mining tariff is really working. So I think you're going to find that there's going to be increasing pressure put on Bitcoin miners. And talking about a token that might be at the right place at the right time, let me show you one that you should probably do your research on. The company is called Energyweb, and they were starting with Ripple to make its bid to make crypto provably green. This is an announcement that was back in September 2020. I don't know if you remember it, but I think it probably is worth taking a second look at. This is a nonprofit that's teaming up with Ripple and the XRP Foundation, so it's going to be using the ledger to show how blockchain ecosystems can be carbon neutral. And let me just show you the price action over the last 12 months. It's trading up today about 5.7%, and it's sitting at $2.80. And you're looking at the year-long graph. So this could be a good entry point, but you really want to study what their business model provides. I just think, though, there are going to be some of these projects that really become increasingly important. It has a ticker of EWT. So, yeah, if you're into doing research, I think this is worth a little bit of time. I just want to remind you before we jump to the fluff that Linqto is reducing the minimum investment threshold for Ripple Labs and Uphold pre-IPO shares. $5,000. Do you know it's so hard to even find Ripple shares, but then to be able to do it at $5,000 as a minimum and then get $1,000 back as an XRP bonus. It's really an incredible value. The link to that is in the description below. You want to sign up. It takes 30 seconds, even if you're not ready today. You don't want to depend on people like myself to tell you when they run these specials. So definitely click on their sign up, give them the email address so that you can have all of those specials delivered directly to your box, and then you will be tapped into an incredible resource. Talking about media campaigns, walkers in Tokyo now can earn by just sticking to a 500-mile radius of the Hachiko statue. That is, of course, the statue of the dog that's in Shibuya. And you download this app and you can walk freely and get paid right into your digital wallet. You can spend that money at anywhere Visa is accepted, or you can withdraw it out of an ATM. It's really, I think, oh, that was Dogonzaga. Oh, that's where the Taco Bell is in Shibuya. I'm recognizing all the spots. That's actually right across from the crossing. Yeah, so this company called Stecha, that last person that we saw downloaded about $25 worth of walk time. So yeah, 1 hour gets you just about $10. And well, gosh, all you need to have is an iPad, and you then can put it in this bag. Right now, the bags are free. This campaign starts tomorrow. There's no interview. There's no specific time that you have to walk. You get paid the same day with the deposit going right into your digital wallet. Registration is just with a phone number. And I think once the promotion time is over, they're going to charge $50 for the backpacks. But right now, they're free to get this off the ground. I think it's going to be very interesting. They've done a lot of studies as to how many people will actually see your ads. And the cost to be an advertiser is very reasonable. It's like, yeah, they've got these campaigns that start for as low as $300 for the advertiser. So very interesting, don't you think? I can't wait to see my first one. All right, everybody. Yes, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.